In the Old Testament, if you remember, you had to give something up to God. You had to give a burnt offering or something that meant something to you to encounter his presence. And then we see in the New Testament, we have that parallel, right, where Jesus is the ultimate lamb that was slain on the cross. He was the one that paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we no longer had to give him those things. We no longer had to give him a burnt offering. Can you imagine having to kill an animal every single time you wanted to encounter the presence of God? Like, I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that Jesus died on the cross and paid the ultimate sacrifice for our sins. You know, but that doesn't just exempt us from anything, because there's still some sacrifice that takes place in our heart. Earlier, Andy was saying we sacrifice our praise to you, God. Because when we come into covenant with him, we start to sacrifice our old ways of living. The old man is now dead, and we have a new way, we have a new encounter. Sometimes we sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our comfort, we sacrifice our praises before him, because ultimately we believe that Jesus is worthy of our sacrifice. And I believe it's a beautiful exchange, because sometimes you just think you're hounding this word, sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. But he loves us in return when we worship him. We don't serve a dead God or an idol that we worship that we really get nothing. Like he loves us so deeply in return. The beautiful exchange of this is that it's not transactional, but it's actually relational. You're not giving so you can get something. He's saying, this is not a contract that I need you to sign. He's saying, you're coming into covenant with me so that we can be together forever. We can be in relationship. I'm so grateful that I serve a God where it's not a contract, but it's a covenant. Because he loves you so much. He's so desperate that you would be in that place, in that sacrifice of worship before him.